Okay, so how do we go about doing this one? Question number 6. What do we got to do? We're going to put in data values and their frequencies. So basically, this is really just a calculator problem, really. So so what we're going to do, we're going to take our TI 8384, and I'll just write out the steps, and then I'll show you. We're going to hit stat, and then enter, and then we're going to clear L1 and also clear L2. We're going to use L1 and L2 this time. So go up and clear L1 and also clear L2. Clear them both. And then after you do, we're going to then put the left column in L1, right in L2. So L1 will be this column, L2 will be that. So put L1, all this, so, and then L2, that data. So put the left column numbers in L1, the right in L2, and then hit second and hit the mode quit button, quit out of that, and then hit stat to go back into the stat menu. And again, we're going to go over to calc. Whoop, that should be a right arrow, huh? Let me try that again. We'll do a right arrow over to the calculate. Okay, now here's the trick. We're going to do something a little different. I hope you're hearing me right here. If you're cranking on your homework problem, that's great, but hear this. You're going to really want to know this. This is where it's going to change. When they ask us list L1 like usual, nothing new there. But then when they say frequency list, see how this is frequency list? We're going to want to put L2. That's different. We normally make it blank, but not this time. This time, whenever you use L2, right, we're using L1 and L2 this time. So when you're using L2, unlike the other times where we just used L1, you're going to have to make frequency list be L2, and then you come down to calculate, and you hit enter. And when you do, you'll get all that you need. All right, so so if you've got that copied down, I'll let you copy that down or take a picture, whatever you want to do. And then I'm gonna go show you exactly that. All right, so I'll come back to this if you missed it. I'll come right back. All right, so yeah, somebody asked, what if you don't have the frequency option? Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see here. I've got one of those older kind of calculators too. Let me see what it does say. Here, let me do the problem real quick that way too, and I'll let you know. Okay, then go stat calc one variable. Oh, you have to go.
How do we input L2 on frequency list?
What is it, Jamie? What is
Oh yeah, good question. I'll show you. That point.
Right, and when it has a happy face on top.
Yeah, here's what you do. I got it for you guys. So yeah, to put in L2, great question. What you have to do is you have to hit second on the number 2. You got to hit the second button and the number 2, and that'll make L2. And it's the same thing for L1. you hit second and 1, but it's probably already in there. You don't even need to. To get L1 or L2, you have to, oh, here, I'm sorry, it's not showing it. There we go. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it delays like that. All right, so does everybody see that? You've got to hit the second button and the 2. All right, let me do a better job of this. Let me write this a little nicer. Okay, yeah, so to get L1, L1 is probably already in there. You just hit second and the 1. To get L2, you hit second and the 2. You gotta hit the blue second button and then the number 2 to get L2. See, can you see the blue L2 that's above your button number 2? I'll show it on the main screen also. Now, if you have the old, for the old TIs, that's what I have too. I have the old kind. I mean, in my hand here, my handheld one's old. The one I do on my screen is the new type. Anyway, for my type, when I because somebody asked about that, it's a great question. For my old kind, when I hit, after I go right arrow and then calc, right arrow calc, and enter. Yeah, I forgot enter here, enter. Anyway, then I just get a option that says 1 var stats. You probably, so this is what the old ones do. 1 var stats. What you want to do at that point, if you're getting that, is you got to put in L1, comma L2. You got to tell, and remember, and how you get that, it's the same way I described just a minute ago. To get that, you've got to hit second and 1, and then don't forget the comma. Comma matters. Let me make that comma big and bold. Comma. That comma is really important. And then you've got to hit second and 2 to get the L2. Is everybody seeing that? So if you have the old kind, like my handheld one, whoops, that was bad. Here we go. I'm trying to highlight this. There we go. For the old ones, you're going to get this stuff. So that's for the old ones. For the old TIs, like my handheld one, you get a different menu. You don't get this menu. That's only for the newer ones. So the old ones, it just says 1 var stats, and you have to do L1, comma L2. And how you get the L1 is the second 1 and the second 2. That's how we get it. Is that making sense? Questions before I flash over and actually do it? Everybody want to take a picture of that screen? You need to take a picture of that screen, do it. And I'm going to flash over any questions I can answer before I actually show it. But when I show it, it's going to be this one, because the one on my computer is actually the newer kind. But my handheld one is this old kind. So depending on which one you have. Okay, I'm going to switch over. Looks like we're all happy. I'm going to switch over here. Here it is. So I'm going to do what I was saying. Let me turn it on. Go into the stat mode. Enter. I'm going to have to go up there and clear L1. L2 is already clear, but if it wasn't, I would go up there and go clear L2. Get them both clear. Go back over to L1. I'm going to put the data down. L1, 31, enter, 32, enter, 33, enter, 34, enter, 35, enter. So you got the data, and I'm going to go to the right, do the right arrow. I'm over in L2 now. Put the data down in L2. 17, enter, 12, enter, 26, enter, 15 and 23. Enter, 23, enter. There we go. So I've got them in there. What am I going to do now? Second, quit. I'm going to hit stat again, go over to calc. I'm going to hit enter, and it gives me the newfangled thing. L1's already there. I just go down arrow. How am I going to get L2? See L2 right here in the blue? It's the blue above the 2 button. So I just hit second 2. There's L2. See that? Then down arrow, calculate, hit enter. And there we go. There's all the numbers. They're asking me for the X bar, which is 33.16129. They're also asking me for the median. The median is down below. You got to kind of hit the down arrow. There it is. Median's 33. The mode, I'll show you how to get the mode. We can get that by hand. So there we go. Let's go back to the iPad. There it is. Okay, so the mean, oh, they want 1 decimal. So the mean came out to be, what? Let me see here. The mean came out to be 33.16129, but they want 1 decimal. So I'll go 1 decimal spot. This is a 6, that rounds that up. 33.2 for my numbers anyway. The median, that just came out straight 33 off my calculator. Now, what's the mode? What is the mode? How do we figure out the mode? The mode is the, it's the value with the highest frequency. The mode is the value with the highest frequency. Which frequency number is the highest? Looks like 26. So that means it's the data value 33. So it's the data value that's connected with the highest frequency. 33. And there we go. Now, I gave you all the buttons to press and everything to do here, but I haven't really told you what are we even doing here? Like, what is this? Let me make sure, let me make sense out of this for you. I'm going to erase this stuff. I'm sure you've already got it copied down. Let me say, because I don't want this to be like just an exercise in button pushing. That wouldn't really be very valuable to your life. Like, what is this? What are we doing? Well, what we're doing, what this data set represents is a bunch of numbers. That means 31 has a frequency 17. That means there's 17 31s. Do you understand what I mean? There's 31, 31, 31, 31. There's 17 of them. So this data set means 17 31s, 12 32s, and 26 33s, etc. You get the idea, right? This is just a convenient way, because we don't want to write 17 31s and then 12 32s and 26 33s. You know, that'd be a big pain. Like, maybe these are quiz scores from a really large chemistry class that has, you know, like 80 people in it or something. And they you know, 17 people got a quiz score of 31, and 12 people got a quiz score of 32, and 26 people, the most people, got a quiz score of 33. That's why it's the mode. It's the one that occurs the most. It's a kind of an average is what it is. It's the one that occurs the most. All 3 of these are different kinds of averages. So the mode, there are different ways of getting the middle. The mode is the one that occurs the most. So this data table, this frequency table, is just a convenient shortcut way of not having to write out all those numbers. Remember, frequency means how many. Always, whenever we see it in statistics. Questions I can answer on this one? So we're done with it.